What do you guys think? Good?
Good?
Good? Yeah.
이거 이렇게도 하고 더 더워. 이렇게 하고.
That's Chinese. Why did I just speak Mandarin? Jeju Island is South Korea's largest island, covering an area of around 1,800 kilometers squared. And although Zayn and I managed to do some exploring yesterday, we only managed to scratch just the surface of this beautiful island. I mean, I know how time flies when we're having fun and all, but I just didn't think it'd go by this fast. So, with today being our last day in Jeju and our last day of our honeymoon, we wanted to do as much exploring as we could.
This shit be like Friday nights. This shit made me feel alive. I feel like we in paradise, paradise.
But we had one small problem. We didn't have a car, nor did we have an international driver's license. So with that said, meet Mr. Kang. Tour guide Mr. Kang. He's been amazing so far. If you're in Jeju, make sure you hit him up. With no car or driver's license, we had no choice but to hire one. And we were lucky enough to have been assigned this legend. Good morning, guys. It is day 6 of our honeymoon series here in Korea. It's day 2 in Jeju and we have a lot planned today. As usual, I had no idea what the plans were for the day, but thank God for Zayn. She's always the one in charge of the itinerary. But our first destination for the day was the Manjangul Cave. Alright guys, so we just arrived here at the caves. The journey was about an hour and 10 minutes maybe. The hike in total is 7 kilometers. It should take around an hour to complete the entire hike. For only 2 kilometers, it takes an hour?
An hour, yeah.
Oh what? Okay, so for 2 kilometers, it should take an hour if we're going slowly. We were actually encouraged not to go through with this hike, given that Zayn was pregnant. But, I mean, we were here, we were ready. So, we decided to go through with it. Alright guys, so we are about halfway through the cave. Just kidding, we're not halfway through the cave, we're like about 20 minutes in. But Zayn and I decided that we're gonna head back after about 30-40 minutes of walking in that direction, and then we're gonna head back out. So in total it'll be around 80 minutes. It's also really cold down here, which is honestly nice. I'm enjoying it, but Zayn on the other hand ain't enjoying it too much. But anyways, I'm gonna catch up with her and yeah, hope you guys enjoy seeing what I'm seeing. For those of you that don't know, the Manjangul Cave was a lava tube that was formed around 300,000 years ago, which explains the intricate designs of the floor and walls. Alright guys, so we just got done with the caves, and it's funny because we just watched Jurassic Park a few days ago, so it's kind of like funny imagining us being in that same scene. So again, you're gonna find a lot of Google reviews saying that pregnant women shouldn't do this hike or walk. Pregnant women shouldn't go to the cave, it's not safe, it's dangerous, it's too slippery. But Zayn did it, and honestly, it wasn't even bad.
It wasn't bad. Obviously, if you're in your 3rd trimester and you're like almost ready to give birth, then definitely not, because that's just stupid.
Our next destination was a place called the Sunrise Peak, which in Korean is also called Seongsan Ichilbong. The drive there was stunning, with beaches to our left and windmills to our right. Flying into Jeju, we were told of the beauty found at the Sunrise Peak, told of its calming greenery, its breathtaking cliffside view, and fresh ocean breeze. We had to see this for ourselves.
You shine. It's your golden hour. You slow down time.
Alright guys, we're halfway through and Zayn is getting a little drink over here. I'm okay, we've taken a lot of breaks. The hike so far has been absolutely gorgeous. As you can see from that B-roll, the view here is amazing. And I actually flew my drone, which is kind of illegal because, what's up? Just police one water. But I absolutely love how they serve drinks over here. Much needed.
It will mold to your
Oh,
head.
it'll mold to
이거
my head.
멋있다 이거.
I don't know, the green matches you, so 15,000.
15,000.
For one. For one or two?
두 개?
Together?
For one?
두 개?
One?
Alright guys, we are almost done with our hike. We're basically done. The car park is right over there. What are the plans now? I think we are headed to lunch now, a much needed break. After a long morning at both the cave and Sunrise Peak, we could not wait for a good meal. Thank you. We ended up going to this place called 160 Burgers, which was recommended by our good friends over at Google Reviews. But to be honest, I can't remember what they tasted like, but judging from our faces, I'm sure they were decent. Our next destination for the day was a traditional folk village. We went to a folk museum during our first day in Jeju, and today we had the opportunity to experience that in real life. Today's a chance to actually go into the houses and see where the people actually lived. From the images on Google, there were actually traditional folk people like living in these houses, but it seems like we're literally the only ones in this entire place. Actually guys, I stand corrected. It's kind of like half museum, half real life. There are some houses that are for display and other houses that people actually live in. For example, this one over here is for display, and the houses that I'm looking at over here are houses that people actually live in. Now I can't say for sure how accurately this tour depicted a true folk village, but I must say that being here physically, as opposed to a museum, created an entirely new experience. Our 45 minutes there flew by, and we were off to our next checkpoint. Alright guys, so we just finished our time at the traditional folk village, and we actually asked Mr. Kang over here if the people over there were getting paid, and he actually said no. So it's kind of surprising that they just be cool with like people coming into the village and literally treating their lives like a movie, which is interesting that they don't get anything in return. But anyways, we are headed to our next location. We're going to a famous crater. A crater? What is it? It's like a crater almost. Yes, I said that right. Our next location was a crater, but not just any crater, but the Sangumburi Crater. Zayn and I have done so much sightseeing today. What you guys also don't realize is that we've spent a great portion of our day in the car because all these locations are so widely spread out. I feel bad for Zayn too, the amount of walking she's done today. Every time we go up a hill, she asks for a little turbo and I gotta push her in the back, and apparently it helps. It helps, right? We couldn't believe how quickly our trip had flown by. So with our last day in Jeju and our last day of our honeymoon coming to an end, our hearts are heavy, but also filled with excitement for our next stage in life.
Feel like sun on my skin. So this is love. I know it is. I know it sounds super cliche, but you make me feel some type of way. This is falling in love. All we got tonight, let's do this right. Let's do this right. Let's go to. This shit be like Friday nights. This shit made me feel alive.